Okay, hey y'all. I'm going to just paint something because it's late and there's thunderstorm warnings and my husband's playing on his phone. So I figured I'd let y'all watch me. That's ginger ale. In case you thought I was more interesting than that. No. I was gonna paint on a big canvas tonight, but I didn't feel like moving this out of the way. So I'm gonna do this instead. Does anybody else sit like this and then complain about their hips hurting? Or is it just me? Ooh, let me see if this light will help. Ooh, I want y'all to be able to see my page. All right, nobody's come through with the name for these things yet, but I like them, and I asked about it. So if anybody knows that, let me know. I feel like somebody's gonna say graphite or something like that. I just like to start with marks on my page. And sometimes I use some other little things. Let's see. I get confused what's where because the two houses. I have these graffiti markers. Hang on, I see them. These are not water soluble like the crinks are. The crinks you can get on Amazon. These are from Machine Studio. I just like put them down sometimes randomly before I started painting. Just give me some direction, ideas. And this is fluorescent green, and I would put fluorescent green in every painting if I could, which I guess I could. But I've had people that wanted commissions that are like, absolutely do not put lime green or whatever. So, okay, we will not. Let me look and see if there's anything else I like. Maybe I'll do this blue. This is all just a first layer just to get some stuff on this paper. I'm gonna tell you what, I went to the Geek Squad today and they're sending me to the Genius Bar and they are Apple certified. I'm like, none of the geeks here are geniuses? I spent 45 minutes of my life for nothing. I love my iPads, but oof. I would love it if it would not break and you have to go stand in public. Because I don't want to do that. Just put that up there. I might use these again later, but for now, this is just the first layer of some squiggly fun stuff I thought I would share. Let's see what we'll do from here. I still have some paints out from the other day. This is my palette page from the other day. I just flip it around and use this side. I don't know if I ever showed y'all this other palette page. I haven't really done a lot with it, but I did a floral and it was with these colors because I was trying to learn how to make small colors and I actually really love them. I just need to do something with that palette page a little bit, make it cute because that's how I like to do it. So I'm just putting some acrylic gouache down right now. I'm having trouble with this one. Probably got clogged up, but I like it, so I'm gonna try and get it unclogged. I have a little tool somewhere. It used to go on my Cricut. This paintbrush might work because it's so stiff. Oof, y'all. It worked a little bit. So I got that ultramarine blue and that light blue permanent. They're both opaque acrylic gouaches. And then I don't know what I'll do from there. Maybe white. Maybe that pink color. I like that color. It's just pretty opaque from So Flat. It's called Nippenthal Pink, I think. But I do butcher the way things are pronounced, so don't hold me on that, or quote me on that. All right, let's hope this is dry enough that it doesn't make a complete and total mess. Let's just start playing. Let's just start playing with it. Maybe I'll put this pink on my palette page just so I can shut this jar. And these are just colors that I had out from the other day. like this color. It's almost like watermelon. Anything that's flavored watermelon, like that's not really the color of watermelon, but you know, if they flavor something watermelon, they do. They do this color. Ooh, I just got that right in that blue. But I'm putting this down with no good rhyme or reason, because it's just my first layers and colors. And then I'm just gonna like wet my brush just a teeny bit and get some of this on here real thin like, because I like the way that looks too. And that way you don't waste a bunch of it. And I'll just show y'all in between where we are. And then I'll clean that brush and start another color. But so just a complete and total mess. That's what that is, and it's so fun. That color won't play well with a lot of others, so I'm gonna do this white on it. And I'm not cleaning my brush totally out because I don't mind it having a little bit of this pink still on it. Just for a couple of the marks. It can be like a little different shade of that. But those graffiti markers from Drip Machine, I like them because they're not water soluble. The crinks work just as well, like if you're using them to paint the edges of your painting, or you don't mind that it's doesn't move around once it gets wet or whatever. But I really like those Drip Machines the best. And it's a small business out of Vegas, I think, so I like trying to support people that are trying to do that too, because that's what I'm out here trying to do. And I think I need a palette knife. We'll try this brush one more time, but it wasn't doing the greatest. One thing that's cool about having black down is when you scratch through, it looks really cool. All right, I'm gonna rinse this out pretty good and try some of this blue real quick. Probably gonna start with this light permanent blue. I forget the color. What's it called? Hang on, hold please. Oh, light blue permanent. There we go. Okay. I do like my new haircut, y'all, but there's not a really easy way to hold it all up. So I'm thinking next time if I get my hair cut, like if it grows out, because y'all, it grew so much since July of 2022, they cut off 10 inches. But if it grows up that much again, up, out, whatever, I'll probably just get maybe a teeny bit longer so that I can pull it up. All right, now I'm putting on this light blue permanent in some spots with absolutely no rhyme or reason again. But it's really opaque and I love it. I probably need to get some more of that out. So this is my basket of stuff over here that is from my last painting. So my other paints are all behind me and they're all organized by color. But a lot of times I'll paint the same color several times in a row just so I don't have to clean that pile up. Isn't that funny? I'm tricking myself into thinking I'm being really, really productive, but I'm really just being a little teeny bit lazy about it. All right, I'm gonna show y'all where I am so far in case this doesn't show well. This is just marks. It's just marks on a page. And I'm gonna do this thing with this charcoal graphite unnamed mystery tool again because I like it. I actually do not like the way it feels on top of paint, and I just found that out. Oh, what is that? Okay, just found that out right now. It felt a little bit like chalk. And oddly enough, my husband just made a reel today because he was telling me I should do some chalk painting at this restaurant where everybody was doing this stuff on the ground or whatever. And I was like, oh, I can't stand the feel of chalk. I can't stand the feel of it going onto something. I can't stand even looking at it. And I can't explain it. It does something to my teeth. And I will say this, some women when they're pregnant, because we make up words on my channel, they crave and eat chalk. It's a mineral that they're deficient in, that's in there or something. Don't ask me. But that was never me. Ain't no way. Whew. All right, so now I'm just going to use a little bit of this ultramarine blue because I haven't done it yet. And then I'll probably let these layers that I have thrown together dry because it's begging me. It's begging me to let them dry. And I'm just being difficult. Now I'm not playing well with others. So I'm recording just in case you didn't know. Just gonna tell you that, just in case.
You recording?
Yeah.
Hey everybody.
I just didn't want him to say anything inappropriate. Y'all have just about put this brush in my ginger ale. Holy Jesus, be offense. Hang on. I'm 100% positive I should stop this right now, but I'm not. I'm gonna add some white to this blue and put a little bit on, and then I'm gonna stop until it dries. All right. So yeah, we got thunderstorms. We're talking about like get in the hallway and put your knees between your head. What? Putting your knees head between your knees. Like that kind of thunderstorm alerts here. So we don't like to leave our house much anyway. But if that's the kind of storm that y'all having, we are going to opt out. RSVP. 0 chance we're coming, girlfriend. And it's funny I say girlfriend because I think the storm that's causing this is actually named Debbie or Deborah or something. I'm ready for them to name one Carrie. I've been waiting for that my whole life. Missing an opportunity is what they're doing. All right. Why can't I leave it alone? Leave Brittany alone. Okay. I will say one good thing about those drip machines, again, I swear I don't get paid. I mean, give me a coupon, okay? Is they dry so fast. If you notice, none of that was bleeding. Okay, so this is where we are for our first layer. Just something to try and get some thoughts for in a few minutes when it dries. And I will be back. Okay, hey y'all. I'm gonna put a little bit of fluorescent magenta on here in a couple places since some of this is dry. This is one of those things I told you about. They're so hard to open. It's okay, we got it. Sorry, I don't work out ever. My husband does a lot. I'm just putting this in a couple of spots because I really love it. And I was just thinking these colors were looking a little dull. And they're not dull colors. But put something beside them that's complementary. And they just pop off the painting. And I always have some areas that I didn't get covered on the first layer. So I go with that, and anything else I just think might look nice. So far, the giant storm hasn't hit us that they were telling us. We might have to be in the hallway with our heads in between our knees. So far, we're in the clear. I really like this magenta color. I like doing just random marks too. And this is a transparent color. And so it'll let you still see beneath where you put it, what's going on in the layer beneath it, which I like. So just bringing some areas of this painting to life. So if there's a color, a wheel across from this opposite on the color wheel, they're complementary. And so that orange is color and blue. You can just see how it pops, and that lime green, and you just see all of it just popping now with that on there. I just really love that color, so I wanted to add it. I almost think I should put some drippy things on this painting at some point, but for now I'm going to just like scratch some marks into it. Ha. Sometimes it scratches back. Like, this is where we are right now. I'm gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna add some more fun stuff to it. Really, really like that color, y'all. Nova Paints doesn't pay me either, but one day they will. One day I'm gonna have my own bundle on that Nova Paints, and one day I'm gonna be an affiliate for Drip Machine people. I am. Gotta say it like you mean it. Right. I'll be back. Okay, hey y'all. I'm gonna put a little bit of lime green on here from this Aqua Wash line. It's called Vivid Lime Green in a couple of spots. Probably just put too much out there, but it is what it is. And then I think I'm gonna use some of my new Paul ribbon. They're not new, but they're the new set for this house. And so I'm sort of excited to try them on this painting. But I wanted some bright areas. I don't know if you can see that. I've put so much junk on this table since I got up here last time. Oh, you know what? That light's terrible. This one's probably better. Let me know if y'all can't see that. I'm gonna watch these back. So I'm gonna put some marks in this lime green. Probably need to put a light on. I'm gonna just wet this just a teeny bit. Just thin that out a little bit. All right. And then maybe put some down here. I'll water that down so it's kind of thin right now. I'm not gonna do that, but I just keep throwing so much paint out there, like just all willy-nilly, like that stuff isn't $12 for that little tiny thing. But we have to have an abundance mindset. I'd have a lot more abundance if y'all start charging $12 for 2 ounces of paint, okay? I just got that into a color that I didn't mean for it to get into. Here we go. Just randomly putting some sporadic spots down right now. I'm doing that because I've got some brownie looking colors over there. I don't mean to. I can cover that up with an oil paint stick too, but I like having textures. So I'm going to scratch a little bit into this. This stuff dries so fast. Really? Wow. Okay, that's what it is. That's where we are right now. Kind of messy, kind of fun, unplanned and intuitive and cool, at least to me. All right. I'm trying to look at the tones and just see, like I think there might need to be something up there. Maybe I can do that with one of my paint sticks though. I'm gonna dry this and come right back. Okay. Hey y'all. Dang it. This is a brand new one. I had this color at the other house and I liked it a lot. I forget to use those. I'm not sure what they're for. But this is Brilliant Purple Aqua Gouache and by Liquitex. God bless. Listen, I have to start working out just so I can do art because they make this so difficult. Ooh. And I know y'all know me. So I'm not about to waste this paint right here. I'm gonna put it right there. And do it like that too, because why not? Put on paint all kind of ways. I really like this color. I have a trash can back here. So I guess I'll use the top of this, whatever it's for, this time. And I'm just gonna put some in this area up here. Maybe I'll thin it out just a teeny bit and just dampen my brush just a teeny bit. Just put some really, really random marks on here. Right there. Sorry, I know y'all can hear that Yellowstone blast in the background. My husband's hard to hear. He won't wear his hearing aids. He doesn't like them, but Lord, he'll turn that TV up till the neighbors come, which they hadn't yet, but I know they can hear it. I'm getting a knife, hang on. Getting a palette scraper knifey thing that I never know what to call. This is covered in oil paints and stuff. It needs to be cleaned. Hardly even making any marks. But it still looks really cool, so I'm gonna keep doing it. What little bit of marks it does make look good. I'll show you up close real quick. So I'm just making marks. Having fun and making marks. I wonder if I should probably do some drippy stuff on here, but I don't know if there's enough kind of wet paint left on it. Let's just try it. Just really like the way that makes these paintings look. I'll definitely have to let this dry before I add more stuff, but I really like the way that looks. And it's hard for you to see it now because it's all shiny from the water, but it just makes it look so much better. So I will let this dry. I'll probably dry it with my little machine thing. The words that I make up, and then come back and do some oil paint sticks or something over some of it. But I just already like it so much. Okay, hey y'all. So I dried this a little bit. Show you what I'm working with now. And I think I'm gonna do the rest just with some pastels and mark making tools. But basically, it's just got a bunch of different colors on a thick brush, thin brush, some drips, and just every now and then you can see that charcoal like pencil thing mark underneath that layer. It's just a bunch of really fun different things in here. And I'm just gonna, I sort of wanted to use this one Paul Raven thing. I just want to show this to y'all, see if you can tell. So this says the word purple, okay? That's what this word says. And no. Okay, I'm gonna show you what color it looks like when you do it. It's not purple. I like that color, but it's not purple. I sound like Rain Man saying it over and over, it's not purple, it's not purple. Yeah, okay, Carrie, we get it. Okay. I'm gonna put some of this watermelon color over top of this. Sometimes I like doing those little checkerboardy things and then just taking some of it off. So it doesn't look too much like it was, you know, an attempt of real, I can't remember what the word is, symmetry? Just leaving it, just kind of leave it, just a little bit of it. There we go, okay. I'll just show you what that did. So it just sort of makes it look like even more layers right there in the bottom. Probably gonna have to put some white on here somewhere. I don't really have any, a couple of spots. Okay, then I'm going to use a white paint, oil paint stick. Look at how creamy that looks. Stop it. You stop it right now. And looking at pieces of paintings that I cut up for ideas on composition. It's my favorite. I framed some today with some really cheap frames off of Amazon. And I honestly, it's like you made these bunch of mini paintings. We did it in a class together on my channel for abstract painting. And you get ideas for composition for bigger paintings. And so it's like your own pre-designed like painting. I don't know. Why is it hard for me to figure out words? I like the texture of these oil pastels, but there was a big chunk on that one. And then I'm just gonna like scratch some lines into a couple of them, not all of them. But it looks cool. I'll show you up close. I know I'm supposed to be wearing gloves or something, but here we are. I don't know if you can see where I scratched those lines into that. I sort of want to do, let me do this one down here with this. This thing needs to be cleaned so badly. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Let me show you this crosshatch I just did. Look at that, it's so fun. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple of just defining kind of composition things, and I think I'm gonna call it a day because I really like it. I'm really digging it. I'm gonna put a little blue on here because I covered up a lot of it. And for the blue, I'm just gonna use this stick that Paul Rubens did name correctly. This is actually blue. So I can appreciate that. But we all know that other one was not purple. We were all standing together in solidarity on that one. Bro. Maybe magenta is another word for purple, and it's sort of magenta-ish. That's the only thing I can figure. I love this color. This blue. Paul Rubens nailed that one. I like the way that he has these little spongy things you could probably wet to keep your oils kind of wet or whatever. I'm not doing that right now because it takes up a lot of time. But I'm just kind of getting the chunks off of this. I don't really want to blend it. I like it looking real solid like that. But sometimes there'll be a big chunk of it. All right. Okay. I really like this big mark over here, so I'm going to leave it. But I might want to add something just to the center right there. I'm going to do it with this lime green oil paint stick. Hang on. So I use these sometimes and then the smaller ones sometimes because you want different shapes and sizes and brushes and different strokes, you know. I'm just going to put some green back down here because I took it off a little bit. There we go. When you look at this with the black and white filter on your phone, you'll be able to see how this lime green and that white kind of balances it out. All right, there we go. Oops. I'm gonna put this little spongy thing on top of it again. And I'm gonna let y'all look at it. I'm just gonna do a little bit of marks inside of a couple of these greens. And I don't want them to be straight. Like I don't want it to look like I did it on purpose. Or with a lot of thought, I guess is what I should say. And there's some more of these big clumps of this green. I'm sure I could blend it, but I don't have on gloves, so I'm doing this instead. I love the way these look. Oh, Yellowstone in the background with all the choice words, which you've been on my channel, you know I be cussing a little bit, but I still love Jesus. I try not to do it all the time, but sometimes it comes out. All right. I don't really love think it's too thin or wonky or something, so I'm gonna do a little bit more of it. All right, I just left it in the sleeve this time. There we go. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to leave this alone for a little while because I'm gonna overdo it if I don't. I sort of just want to. All right. Let me show you where I am right now. And I'm gonna look at it again later because that's what I have to do. See if I like it. But right now, I'm undecided. Just like I am for the election. I'm undecided always right now. But it's okay, it was fun. We'll come back to it. Okay, hey y'all, I didn't love it. So, because I put the oil sticks on it, I wanted to work on it some more, and you can't do that unless you spray it first with something that is gonna be like a fix-it. So this is a sealer. There's the storm. There's Debbie. This is made the whole thing just where it won't smear like the oils or whatever. There's a couple places that could probably use a second coat, but I don't have time for that. I just want to get this one finished and see if I like it. So what I decided is just to cover up just a teeny bit of that green and to put some color in these areas where it doesn't look as bright as I would like for it to. I'm gonna do that with my. Do y'all do that? My trusty Nova Magenta. I'm gonna use a different type of brush I haven't used yet. Double dog dare me? Okay, I accept. I'm gonna wet that just a teeny bit and dab it off. Thank you for daring me to do this because I've been wanting to do this. This is transparent, but when you put it on with a big old giant brush like this, it's gonna cover probably a lot of space. So I'm just gonna put it in a couple of areas that I didn't love. Scratch it off a little bit. And then see what happens when it dries. I'm gonna watch a movie with my super hottie hubs. But this gives the overall painting like that magenta color, and I'm obsessed with it. So anytime I don't love a painting, I remember that we have translucent paint for a reason. Okay, so I'm gonna use this on some of these areas. All right, that's probably good. And then I'm gonna use this on some other areas. And automatically I like it better. I'll probably come in and do a teeny bit more in a little bit, but automatically I like it better. I don't know, just didn't love that the oil sticks look like they were on top of everything, which obviously they were, but we're gonna try and close this without 75 bloopers, hold please. There we go. So Nova Paints makes you work for it. I'm just gonna take a teeny bit of this from right here and put it over the edge of this blue. All right, let's see what we got. We'll let it dry a little bit too, but I do like the way this is looking already, better than I did. And you can't tell as much with this light, but I'll film from the top. Hang on, hold please. Okay, so this is where we are right now. And I already like it better with that magenta on top. You can see all of the scrapes and messy ooey gooey fun underneath here. And I'll show you another thing you can do that's really cool. Well, I don't think it'll work with this on, but take a picture of it in black and white and you can see the tones. So is there enough that's dark, enough that's mid-gray, and enough that's light? And I think it looks pretty good. You can squint at it sometimes too, that'll help. But when this dries, we'll play with it a little bit more, maybe put some paint on with like a palette knife scraper thing. I'm gonna learn the names of those one day and see what happens. Okay, hey y'all, I think this might be my last layer. We'll see. I decided that I wanted to do a little bit more to cover up sort of this area that I don't love here. And I want to make it look sort of cloudy and, I don't know, softer in some areas. So what I do whenever I want to do that is do a couple of drips, and I'm going to do some white, and then I'm going to spray it with my water bottle. So this is just a dry brush. I'm just going to throw some white right here. That's kind of where I want to cover up a little bit. I'm going to do a little teeny bit right there. Maybe some right here. Definitely right there. Alright, and then on these areas where I just did that, I'm going to just spray my magic trusty water bottle. And we'll see what happens. So this will be kind of cloudy looking whenever it dries. And I like it if the drips aren't all one straight. You can do like this and like this, and do a big circle, and that way they're going every direction. I don't know how out of shape I am till I shake my arms, and it's on the Richter scale how jiggly it is. I still probably want to do a little bit right here, but I love the way it's done in some of these other areas. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little teeny bit more white on right there.
Well, I'm not a politician. This was never my plan.
And do that a little teeny bit more.
We'll end where they make it. The fact that you're,
I think it's because I have this pressure washer white.
The man who does not want this job to leave this state means we share the same goals.
Alright. Okay.
The first act that's done will be to cancel funding for the Paradise Valley Government Project and the surrounding commercial and housing developments. Not even making any more land, and he certainly isn't filling any more rivers.
Alright. Here we go.
Next, I will propose the state assembly to double property taxes for non-residents.
So how I like this part now so much better.
6% state sales tax to all goods sold for non-residents.
Probably going to scratch some lines into that.
Fees for non-residents. And the message is this: we are not your playground. We are not your haven from the pollution and traffic.
Alright, so I don't want it to be completely covered up, so I'm just going to pick some up. I don't know if y'all ever do this, but paper towels kind of have a good texture to them. So you can just pick up a little teeny bit of that and put that paper towel texture in there a couple times. It's kind of cool looking. And I like this 1,000 times better already. Thank you, water bottle. Save the day again. Okay. I'm going to show it to y'all. Whenever it's dry, I will put it in a mat and show you what it's going to look like whenever it's hanging up. And I don't know if people are going to necessarily love this color and buy this color, but it's okay. I love it. I love it because it's not planned. It's balanced. It's got all the different types of texture. Got everything. What's really cool is that the oil didn't hold the paint in the water, so it's like beating up on there, and I love that. It's never happened before because I used that fixative. I thought, you know, maybe it wouldn't be a big deal, but it did in a couple places beat up a little bit, and I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna call it a night. I just want to look. I don't know if we've done like an hour of painting, but you could paint like 18 of these in a day. Probably not, but you could at least do like 10. Anyway, ooh, the language from my husband's TV show. Sorry. Everybody have a great night.